Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show, the night edition. I really appreciate all y'all for being on, man. It's going to be a great show. I got somebody very, very special coming on this evening. He's right in front of me, but I'm not going to show him yet because I know a lot of ladies are going to be very happy to see this guy's face. He's a good-looking man. That's all I got to say. He's a good-looking man. Don't say nothing. Don't say a damn thing yet. But hopefully you guys are all doing well out there. Definitely hit a number one if you can hear me. I want to make sure that you guys can definitely hear me. Okay, so hit that number one so I know that you guys are hearing the music, hearing the sound, and all that stuff, because you know how it is. These sometimes we're in this new space. So some days it's rocking and some days it's rolling. You know what I'm saying? So hit that number one. I see all y'all starting to hit that number one. Thank you so much, fam. You guys are amazing. All right. Let's not get it twisted. Without you guys, there would not be a show right now. This would not exist. Okay. We got a lot to talk about today, y'all. A lot. And we definitely need to recap on something that happened earlier today that I went live about Mike Tyson. So we will be doing a Let's Talk or a Speak on It segment specifically about that Mike Tyson fight that happened in the plane. So we will be talking about that and hearing from you guys. So be ready for some video chats at the end of the show. We got to get things moving, y'all. So before we get things moving and before I introduce my good-looking brother here, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to digest, and a lot to dissect as well. Okay, so hit that like button. Send it past 100 likes real quick because I see a bunch of y'all starting to file in. And of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button. You know we out here working hard out here in these streets for that ass. Okay, so hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. We are marching towards 100,000 subscribers, y'all. We are marching towards that, baby. You can clap. It's okay. Yes. We working hard out here. Okay. But anyway, without further ado, you know, I am very honored to have my good brother here. He's like a jack of all trades when it comes to music. Okay. He's a producer. He's a writer. He's a performer. He's everything. Okay, please welcome my brother Baxley to the show. What's up, man?
What's good, man? I'm so happy to clap, man. We celebrated you today.
Yeah. Oh, shut up, man. It's a blessing to have you here. You know, obviously we don't have Nico here today, so shout out to my boy Nico. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But he wasn't able to be here. But at the same time, I wanted to be able to have somebody to talk to, somebody to chop it up with, and you are here for it. Usually he's next door, literally right through this very wall. I'm not kidding. Right through this wall, producing, doing some dope things, and just being incredible. Okay. And so please let everybody know a little bit about you and what you do and how they can. I'm sure the ladies are going to want to know how they can tastefully cyberstalk you real quick. So tell them about you, man.
Well, tasteful cyberstalking can be found at Baxley, Baxlii on IG, and that's pretty much it. I'm a recording engineer and record maker is more or less how I position myself these days. I'm blessed to be in a position to do that. So I'm just playing my role, man. You know, honored to be able to work. I don't know if the band can really be heard at all in the background.
I wonder if they can hear the. I wonder if they can hear the band.
I hope some vibes.
The band is fire.
Man, Cinco de Mayo this year.
Oh,
they're closing it down. It's gonna be.
Where at?
Right here on Cherokee Street.
Oh, for real?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're excited for that. We're preparing for that now, and just continuous record making. You know how it is here.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
We out here in these streets.
You out here in these streets. You out here making some things happen.
Hey, likewise, man.
I like that. Oh yeah, you know what I mean.
It's light work.
Whatever. I'm here. Yeah, sure, exactly. This light work. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how it should be, right? And it's all about the mindset.
Agree.
You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, let's be real. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a lot of things going through, and I'm going through the news right now, and I'm very excited to have Baxley here with us to kind of go through some of these things, chop it up, get his opinions on things, and just have some fun, have a few laughs, and just be stupid, right? Is that cool with you?
I'm with that.
Okay, he's with that.
Yeah, I'm with
so okay, so let's get into it, y'all. Okay, so we got some things we got to talk about. Mainly, number one, let's get through this small piece, and this revolves around Will Smith and the slap scene and heard around the world. Let's keep it real. Obviously, you guys all know about the slap. You know what I'm saying? We can't forget about this slap. All right, everybody and their mama knows about this damn slap. Okay, let's keep it straight funky. All right, but we got some more bad news for Will Smith. Unfortunately, it looks like, it looks like all of his hard work, a lot of things are starting to fall through the cracks because of this slap. So I want to show you guys this. It has to do with the National Geographic. I guess he had a project set up, ready to go with National Geographic, and it looks like this whole thing is kind of falling through the cracks right now. So let's take a look at this article real quick. And this is, like I said, I mean, it's no bueno, man. It's no bueno. So Will Smith, his nature TV program is delayed at National Geographic. So Walt Disney's company, National Geographic division, is delaying production of Pole to Pole. And this is not a stripper show. I'm just letting you know. Okay? It's not a stripper show. No strippers. All right. I know you were hoping for it, but no scrippers. Okay. So it's a nature series, actually, featuring Will Smith, featuring the North and South Poles. See what they did there? You know what I mean? They're crafty, right?
I see what they're doing.
Yeah, you see it, and I see it too.
Though.
Yeah, I was going to be like, whoa, wait a second. Should this really be on National Geographic? Should it really, though?
Missed opportunity.
It's a missed opportunity. Thank you. See what I'm saying? Shoot. Cinemax. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Take the title, okay? Or P-Hub.
P-Hub.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on
now.
Put the orange stripe on it.
Exactly. Put the orange stripe on it, okay? The series, the third the actor has done for the studio was to have begun shooting in 3 weeks. Work will have to be pushed back until the fall, according to a person familiar with the company's plans who asked not to be identified. I'm sure he didn't want to lose his job. You know what I'm saying? These guys like their jobs. Let's keep it real. So the delay is the latest sign that Smith is facing fallout in the entertainment industry in the aftermath of the Oscar night last month. Obviously, we already know he won the Oscar for Best Actor in his portrayal as Richard Williams in King Richard. But then before 45 minutes before that, he slapped Chris Rock in the damn face for everyone to see. So I feel like a lot of things are being held right now because of that. Also, Variety also reported earlier this month that Netflix, who also is losing a lot of money, by the way, right now. I guess people are saying they're too woke now, but that's a whole other Charles Dickens story in itself, would slow development on a Smith starring action movie called Fast and Loose. Other projects, such as a new sequel in the Bad Boys series by Sony Corporation, so far remain underway. So I guess Bad Boys is still going to happen, which at first they said they were going to put a pause on it. Now they're saying that they might be it might be greenlit still. That's interesting. So a representative for Smith didn't return a request for comment. Obviously, Smith has apologized and resigned from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. And of course, he's already been banned for 10 years. Okay, so we got all that stuff here, right? And it's all like, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that this is all happening to our man, Willie Smith. We've talked about this almost to exhaustion, to nauseum, all right? But now there's a new series that he was getting involved in, and now they've delayed this. And I gotta ask, Baxley, what are your thoughts on this, man? What do you think, man?
Okay, so first thing that comes
well deserved or no?
Okay,
and then of course I'll hear what comes to mind, right?
Thanks. No,
not well deserved.
Not well deserved. Not in my opinion.
Okay. Well, then speak on it, man.
I'll say this though.
Come on with it.
As a sidebar.
Okay, sidebar all day.
Whoever's naming Will Smith's movies, that might be why he got in trouble. That might be the real reason. What's the name of this show?
Pole to pole, babe.
Okay, so we got Pole to Pole. We got Fast and Loose.
Wow.
And we got Bad Boys.
And we got Bad Boys.
I mean, if you didn't want to put an orange stripe on something, you should put it on those three things.
King Richard.
King
Dick.
Come on now.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Come on now. So
Interesting,
what's
right?
the real reason? It's not the slap. The slap is a cover-up. Okay, it's an inside job.
Oh, snap.
No, we're not gonna go deep into the I'm not gonna get all 10 foil hat on you. But
Okay.
no, so in all seriousness, the recourse and the repercussions of assaulting somebody, especially on a platform that is for entertainment. I mean, there's just a lot of, conduct situations there. I'm sure you're
Right.
dove into that. So that aside, I would agree with most people that morally speaking, on any sort of, without high ground, you're just like, yo, don't run up and slap people, especially not other icons from, like your respective field. You shouldn't go around slapping anybody, but slapping icons is iconic in its own self, but it's going to come with some cataclysmic, consequences.
Absolutely.
I do think that I say it's not undeserved only because I think it's undeserved, but it's still going to be to Will's benefit. I
How
believe
so
that.
is this going to be to Will's benefit? Because that's very interesting to me. Because obviously, I'm going to throw it back to you here in a second. I don't see how anyone, after slapping another name, right? This is not just some random Joe Blow dude that's
Right.
on the street. This is another iconic figure that he smacked on the stage, right? So, how do you think he's going to benefit? How is this a benefit? How explain King of Spin? Because apparently you King of Spin. You know what I'm saying? So, what's up?
Well, it's more of a suspicion, a theory. It's that one thing I do know is that Hollywood is even more King Spin than I, right? Like,
Right.
so anything that my simple mind can come up with, I'd have and if I were in a position, I'd have a marketing agency, an ad agency, I'd have some sort of think tank or something, right? Because Will Smith and the Smith family, if we're looking at like consumer product, they're assets still. They might be, you could look at them like a stock, right? In the Dow Jones, and you could be like, all right, well, Google's down today. Well, how long is Google going to be down for? Yeah, you can ban him from the Academy for 10 years, but it took him over 10 years to win his first and the largest, most prestigious award in Hollywood in his position. What happened to Robert Downey Jr.? Like that.
That's a whole other story
Type
in itself.
thing. But
Wow.
the contrast
good point.
is not too far, fetched from what Will could do. I mean, come on, we're talking about Will Smith. We're not even talking about like, the reason why I think that this newer show might be getting canceled is because, I mean, look at how Will resurged his own popularity within the last, 3 to 4 years. I mean, he was kind of low key, doing not like terrible movies, but nothing that was like going to win him a crazy award. And then he jumped on Instagram and he went bananas, right? He started doing like life stunts. He started putting his life out there.
That's true. He
That's
did
when the table.
He did the not red. Well, the Red Table Talk came right after that, but he
Yeah,
was doing a bucket list or something like that, where he was jumping out of planes
Yeah.
and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm not too sure about how his resurgence into popular culture kind of opened up doors because, like Jaden was doing stuff and Willow was doing music. Like those were the last Smiths that I heard about before Will came back in a way. Whenever if I recall my memory as far as like just pop culture consumption goes, yeah, Jaden Smith was coming out and he was doing music and Will was kind of being like the supportive dad role. And then
That's true.
And then
He did his own remix of like Icons.
stuff like that. And then he became more kind of, he became a finesser of the Instagram, algorithm. Like he charted quickly. And I think was highly respectable. And I don't know exactly when the Red Table Talks, if that preceded it, I would think it did, but don't quote me on that. Either way, like that opened up doors for Jada to have a forum, for her to have, her family in the light as well. Come on, like Everybody in that family is a walking asset. So no matter how you scratch it, it's gonna smell good. Like, you know what I mean? Like whenever you coming for that motherfucking scratch and sniff, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Smiths are. It's that scratch and sniff.
He got that scratch and sniff. Okay.
When it comes to Hollywood. So yeah, 10
That's
years.
hilarious.
Yeah, 10 years looks good in a headline. Like,
Word.
damn, Will Smith's gonna go down for 10 years. No, he's not.
Nah, I think he's gonna get good behavior.
Yeah, so
it's gonna be lifted.
Yeah, so that's where
I
I kind of think that the spin is like, what do they say? Any press is good press or whatever.
Oh yeah, any sort of there's no such thing as bad press, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. That's a good theory. I mean, I do think that I've been hearing stories, and fam, I've been hearing stories. Okay, excuse me, that allegedly, he's still getting offers.
Come on,
people, scripts are still coming. Scripts are still coming, y'all. He's still getting people sending him scripts. Why? I think because I'm going to say this. Have we ever seen Will Smith play a bad guy? I'm going to ask you, Baxley.
Nah, he didn't ever crank like that Denzel.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. It's called Hell No. He ain't
No.
never played that. He never played that ish. Why? Because he was always the good guy. He was always the good guy. He's the one saving the world and stuff like that. Like, he's the black Tom Cruise. I say it all the time. He is the black Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has only played a bad guy maybe twice in his life. Twice, y'all. Most of the time, he's saving the world and fighting aliens and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. That is what he does. So same thing with Will Smith. So now they see this and they're going, oh, snap. We see the dark side of Will Smith. Oh, we could get a training day out of him. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go Denzel.
So
yet.
I can see he can go full Denzel if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
He can go there.
It's only a matter of time. And then next thing you know, everybody's going to be like, damn, Will Smith can act. Because they saw the slap seen and heard around the world.
They saw that follow through.
Man, they saw that follow through was kind of, there was a little bit of,
he put some hips into it.
He had his hips into it, but he swung a little too hard and then he lost balance. You didn't see that? That brother lost balance.
You can't be smacking icons in red bottoms like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gonna slip. You know what I'm saying? Especially that's a brand new wax floor and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oscar floors are different.
Man, shoot.
Academy Award floors are different.
I'm just saying. But I do think it's very interesting that he did lose this, or not lose it, but it's on hold. I also have to put in consideration too. We got to remember, because we've talked about this a million times before. He is in rehab right now for stress, not for drug use, but for stress. Okay. Just so you know as well, because I know he's not fully up to date, Baxley. No. But the thing is that he is in rehab for that. So I'm sure that the people that follow and that are getting ready to do a production with Will Smith are going, well, we need to put this on hold until he's mentally right. So that might be it too. But I will also say this. It did say in that article that he is, or that National Geographic is run by one of the biggest companies in the world, one of the biggest film companies in the world. And what would that be? Disney. Do you think Disney's going to be cool with a guy who's violently hurting somebody on an international stage? Hell no. They're going to put that on pause too, because they're going to be like, let's wait a little bit. Or let's give it to Obama. Just saying. They're going to be like, let's give it to another, non-threatening black man. A Morgan Freeman type, if you will. You see what I'm saying? For now. And then we'll circle back and we'll do something with Will Smith in a little while. But right now, he's in rehab. He smacked this dude, which is not good. You know what I'm saying? Not a great look. It's not a good look. So let's hold up, because we like entertaining families and children, not men who walk around slapping people in the face.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. I wonder, like, what would have happened if Will Smith would have slapped, somebody else, just like a
bruh. Do you know how many times we've entertained that?
Oh man.
No, you good. I'm not saying anything bad.
Do it, but
I'm just saying.
Damn, who could it have been? Tom Hanks. If he would.
Oh my God.
I'm talking about.
Bruh.
Yeah.
It would be a full-on race war. I said it. It'd be a full-out race war. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah, but, oh, man, the power that one could receive from slapping Tom Hanks, diabolical.
See what I'm saying? The world would explode. The world would explode.
My bad, I didn't mean.
Now you got me terrified. Like this is some Alfred Hitchcock movie or something like that. You know what I mean? They live or something like that. Real talk. But we have talked about that many times before. Of like if he walked up and smacked Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Instead of that rock, he smacks this rock. You see what I'm saying? Like, what would happen if he did that?
Oh, that would be The Rock would definitely be elected president.
Oh my God. He'd be like, oh, he's our forever president. Yeah. I love him. He took that like a G.
Oh man.
I'm just saying.
He'd raise that eyebrow on him.
Oh my God. Yeah. See,
he'd look him right in the eye and raise that eyebrow on his ass.
I don't know if he smacked him in the face.
That's my president.
Oh my God. Oh my God. If he smacked that dude in the face, if he smacked The Rock in the face, hamburger, that like his life would be over. Yeah. And it would probably be after the show. Because I think Dwayne The Rock Johnson would be a straight up pro. He would get smacked in the face, probably look at him real stern and continue. And then later on, he'd be like, it's going to be you and me in that alley tonight.
Yeah. I mean, that's where The Rock, that's like that scene in Batman where Bane was like, you were just born in the whatever he says about the darkness. The Rock was born in that. You know what I'm saying? Like taking fake slaps. And to me, what's kind of wild, and I don't know if your audience can recognize, I'm sure they can, but that's like in my mind's eye, Will Smith is like my size and The Rock is your size. So it's like, hey, that slap ain't gonna go down well any way you put it. I'm gonna probably hyperextend my arm just trying to hit.
It's like, oh, like follow through is not gonna be there. It'd be a wrap. It would be a wrap, son. Yeah, it would be an absolute wrap. Let me see if we got some. We got plenty of comments in here, but I just want to see here real quick. Let's see. Esther, what's up, Esther? She said Dwayne The Rock Johnson would smack him into next week just as with a raise of an eyebrow.
Facts.
That is hard facts. Real talk. That is hard facts. Wow. Yeah, he would want that. For a fact, it wouldn't even happen. No, I know for a fact he wouldn't even do it because he know for a fact that Will Smith is smart enough to know Chris Rock. Yeah, I could smack him in the face.
Absolutely.
But Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if he made that joke, I don't know.
Yeah.
He'd be like, no, I'm gonna be vigorously talking to you later on after the show. You know what I mean? Let me win this award, and I'll have words for him later.
He wouldn't have done that to Dave Chappelle. He wouldn't have done that to a lot. I think it's a slim margin of individuals that Will Smith would have, had the history and I'm gonna have to get you for that one.
I mean, he'd be like, I got you.
Hollywood's a small place. It's probably like a janky neighborhood for real.
No kidding.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like, hell yeah.
Chris been in the hood doing pookie shit for
a while. He been doing that. We're going to talk about that another time, but okay. Let's see. I got, Photo Flies Photography, Lorray. Thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. He's in the spotlight all the time. What he did was way off, but he is going to get judged 100%, 100 times harder because of being a celebrity. You're absolutely right. I mean, imagine if this was just a regular ass day at a neighborhood bar, some corner bar, and some dude, a regular ass guy named Will, walks up to a regular ass guy named Chris and smacks him in the face. The conversation will probably be over by now. Like this happened weeks ago. The conversation would be over. He'd be back in that bar, that same corner bar, with Chris, having shots with him, being like, yo, man, hey, my bad, man. You said those things that got me mad. And they laugh about it. And they have shots, get drunk, and go home happy. Yeah, this is my best friend now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But because it's all out here and he's a name and all that stuff.
Right.
Splat out. You know what I'm saying?
They catching checks, though. Once again.
I'm just saying.
Crazy benefit. She's not wrong. She's not wrong, though.
She ain't wrong. She is not wrong.
At all.
Not wrong at all. Okay, so Man, oh, let's see. Trace said he would only slap someone he knew he could walk away from. That's hard facts too, Trace. Hard facts. It would have been Simone Abundance. It would have been big problems behind the stage. That's on period. You know what, Simone Abundance? You're absolutely right. Even if it happened backstage or on stage, and it was Chris Rock, be a problem. If it was Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he would just body slam him on the ground and he would just turn into a brown mist. Real talk. I'm just saying.
Like, we're going to have to give this award to somebody else because we've never provided it to a pile of dust.
See what I'm saying? Like, wow, dearly beloved, we are gathered here.
What happens if The Rock accepted his award on his behalf?
Wow, that'd be funny as hell.
Right afterwards, he's like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah, right. I'm going to take your award for you. Okay. Thank you very much. Don't worry. I know him dead, but I'll just, they don't have to know right now. Okay.
I should have won this for Jumanji.
Yeah, right. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, my God. That's another conversation, too. Wow. Jumanji. But yes. So thank you guys for the comments. Obviously, keep them coming. You know what I'm saying? We got to go into hashtag me poo. I already know you guys. Some people already. Stace on the case has already said hashtag me poo LOL. Actually, really, really quick. Let me take care of this really quick so you can see the feed too, man.
Oh, right on.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta do the right thing so that you can see this ish. There you go. See what I'm saying? Now, blah out. Splat out up in this mother lover. Okay, so we got to go into one of our main topics of the day. We got Orsolya Gaal updates, and they're small. We'll get to it in a second. But the main event, we have definitely got to talk about this story right here. As you already know, and the thing is like, are you hip to this story about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
No, I'm lightly.
Okay.
Fill me in.
Lightly. It's okay. No, it's okay. That's why I'm here, right? That's what I'm here for. For all y'all who are coming in and don't know what's going on, I'm just going to do a quick, brief, very, very brief bullets breakdown.
I know she's throwing things at him.
She has done more than just throw things at this dude. Okay? More than just that. But we're going to get into it. So we already know that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are in the middle of a very, very nasty $100 million defamation lawsuit. Now, there have been a lot of accusations bouncing back and forth, basically saying that she's the one who's been abusive. No. He has been the one that's been abusive. They have had many people from friends to professionals come to the stand and actually talk about their testimony or, speak on their behalf, on these individuals' behalf. And right now, things are not looking very good for Amber Heard. But the thing is, though, Amber Heard hasn't gotten a chance to be heard, really. Not yet, at least. Now, for the past few days, Johnny Depp has been taking the stand. And some people sit there and go, nah, I'm not feeling it. And some other people will sit there and go, well, he's coming in and he's crushing it right now. But today was a little different to me. There was a few things that were just a little different. One of the things was that, well, Amber Heard's lawyers came in and they were basically cross-examining him and doing everything they can to basically bury this dude, destroy him. And I think he did a pretty damn good job for the most part. But, and I talked about this last night, but there is some more information. There's something that happened that was caught on tape that we're going to take a look at here in a second. He was caught losing his damn mind on camera, basically going in a fit of rage, destroying their kitchen. Amber Heard pulled out her phone and started filming this. Why, you may ask? I'll let you guys think about that one. Okay? But let's get into this article real quick because it's just savage, man. Personally, I think it's just sad. I'm going to keep it real. This is just really, really sad. So Johnny Depp smashes up kitchen in drunken rage after downing a quote-unquote mega pint of wine in footage. Yeah, this is bad. secretly filmed by Amber Heard, who cries watching it in court. He tells her attorney, quote unquote, I assaulted a couple of cabinets, but I did not touch Miss Heard. Okay. And you'll see the footage here. We're going to run it in a second here. Okay. So the court in Johnny Depp's defamation trial against Amber Heard was shown video of Depp smashing up cabinets while in a drunken rage. Heard looked close to tears, close to tears, okay? And her chin wobbled as she was watching the footage inside the Virginia courthouse today. They had a whole day was him being cross-examined, okay? And this has been for the past 3 days now. So Depp can be heard in the video shouting, mother effer, to the sound of him punching a wall. Heard asks, what happened? As items can be heard thrown and battered around. Heard said, all I can do is say sorry. Did something happen to you? I don't think so. You drank this whole thing this morning? You're smashing-ish. Rottenborn, which is, I think, Amber Heard's lawyer, said in court, this is at your house in West Hollywood. That's you on the video. You were violent? Depp said on the stand, clearly I was having a bad time. I don't know what with regard to, but being illegally recorded by your chosen other is quite fitting when the rest of the photographs and tape recordings, because there's a lot of footage where they show and we're going to see it here in this article too, where he's like passed out drunk with like, it almost looks like there's vomit all like on his lap and stuff like that. It's very bad. Clearly this guy has some serious addiction issues, substance abuse problems, but this is not good. Okay. So all these photos and tape recordings. So, and this is all the stuff that she was doing behind his back without him knowing, these specific tapings and these photos. I'll say my piece here in a second. She tried to hide it from me and laughed and smiled at the end. That was the most interesting part. Depp admits, I did assault a couple of cabinets, but I did not touch Miss Heard. You may have been drunk, Rottenborn asked. It's a possibility. Depp responded. Oh, shoot. Come on. Hold on, let me get that back. Depp responded, it's a possibility. You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, Rottenborn asked. A mega pint? I poured myself a large glass of wine. I thought it necessary, Depp said. Rottenborn asked, you're bigger than Amber physically? He says, I wouldn't say that. That's what Depp said. Standards of Southern gentlemen are not standards of Southern gentlemen are not in your mind at this particular moment, Rottenborn asked, basically trying to make him sound like it, like you just, all thoughts of just being a good human being a gentleman just gone at that point, huh? So Depp said, I don't know about anyone else, but I've had experiences where one does stray from complete control over their emotions at times. I did not try to I think it was intimidate. I did not try to intimidate Miss Heard. Why was she filming? If she was scared to death, why didn't she leave? Depp said. Now, this is all the stuff here so far. We're seeing, so far them in court and all that. And I mean, this is some very fascinating things, fascinating stuff, if you will. All right. But we need to take a look at this footage of him, quote unquote, losing his mind allegedly in this courthouse. Hold on 1 second. I am so sorry. I thought you guys could see this. 1 second. 1 second, guys. This thing lied to me. Hold on. Just absolute madness, y'all. Absolute madness. There we go. Now we're back to normal. Right? Are we?
Oh yeah. We are.
Oh, there we go.
We're
Good.
in business.
Good. We in business. Let's get down to business. All right. So just so you know, before we get this thing popping, okay? She did this behind his back. So unbeknownst to him, he is thinking that he's home in the privacy of his own home with his wife at this time. I guess lashing out, having a fit of rage. Some people are saying that this is because he found out that his mother died. And so he was very upset and that he was drinking. Some other people are just saying that he just had a fit, or he just was in a drunk, blind rage for no apparent reason. We don't know. Hopefully we will get down to the bottom of this, but let's take a look at this video alone. It's insane. Let's go.
No, I didn't. You were smashing.
She's laughing. Okay. So there you have it, guys. This thing's losing its mind. Dag nabbit. But there you guys have it. That is absolutely insane, in my personal opinion. It's a very eye-opening moment that we're seeing right there in front of all of us, right? Now, there have been speculation, there has been stories that he was really upset because his mama died, and they've gone into this whole deep discussion about how she is his mother was very abusive and all that stuff, and growing up with an abusive home and all that. But it's still his mother, right? And now this woman has the audacity. I should play it again because I feel like we should break it down just a little bit. But this woman has the audacity to try to play it off like she's being victimized right then and there. I'm being real.
No, I felt
you
that.
heard it, right?
No, of course, I caught that in real time.
Yeah,
sure.
You caught that in real time. It's like you gave me a look like,
well,
bruh, like what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? So hold on, I want to pull it up really, really quick one more time.
Yeah,
because I want us to watch it. We're gonna go moment by moment, real quick. There is more footage here, and it's like I said, she did everything she could to try to bury this guy. Unfortunately, it's bloody sad, y'all. But yeah, let me turn this here a little bit so you can see this.
So maybe we'll get to it. Maybe it's part of this whole conversation. But what's your hot take on this? Like,
ooh, we're gonna get to it.
All right.
Oh, we're gonna get to it. Oh, trust me, we gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. I promise you, we're gonna get to it. But please, guys, hit that like button down below. Do not forget to hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. Get it past 200 likes for me. That would really mean a lot. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, okay? I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's go bit by bit. Now, by the way, real quick, before we go into this, sorry, one last thing. I just want to remind you, because I see you guys in the comments talking right now. You guys are saying he had found out that his mother died the day before. So he is in a very upset, depressed, drunken stupor. And of course, he has a substance abuse problem, a severe substance abuse problem. So when you find out that the person that was abusing you and all that stuff, and that you still love, because it is the person that brought you into this world, dies, what do you think that person's going to do? They're going to turn to the bottle. Hoard in the paint, y'all. Hoard, right? So she took this as an opportunity. She took it upon herself as an opportunity to try to expose that ass. This is terrible, in my personal opinion. So she just grabs the phone, pulls it up, and here we go again. We're going to go bit by bit.
this is that sort of behavior that I feel like lawyers would instruct her to do behind closed doors.
Yeah.
It's like that sort of thing where, it doesn't matter how you get the footage, get something.
Right.
No
doubt.
Because in the eyes of the law, we can,
we could finesse this. We could turn it. We could turn it a little bit.
If you have it, we can use it.
Right. If you have it, we can use it. Smart man. Baxley's a smart man. Let's continue here. But that's true. So she was like, ooh. And then I'll start. This will be like an improv class.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Oh, yeah,
gonna
she's
I'm just
trashing
gonna
it, too.
improv some dialogue to make it seem like I'm being victimized by this man, that I'm terrified, that I'm this damsel in distress. So let's continue right here.
Mm.
I'm gonna roll that back just a little bit. Nothing happened this morning. You know that?
Gaslight.
Like yeah, gaslighting like a mug, man.
Gaslight.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, to me, this is not a great look. Like, this makes it look like she is trying to set something up for something later. She's like playing the long con for right now for this case.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. But let's continue. It's insane because she caught him at the right time, but at the wrong time. You feel me? Because this makes him look bad. But if it is true that he was really upset because his mom passed the day before, I feel like everybody would be distraught. He just deals with pain and frustration by turning to the bottle. I mean, shoot, he's got wino tattooed on his arm, for crying out loud.
He was Captain Jack Sparrow.
And he was Captain
How do
Jack
you think
Sparrow.
he got into that role?
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, come on, think about it. I mean, once again, put your tinfoil hats on, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Captain Jack Sparrow can't be sober.
No.
You're not to be in that character.
He was acting from experience. You know what I mean?
That was method acting.
I was just about to say that is definitely method acting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Try that shit next Halloween.
No, I won't.
Sober?
No,
You ain't gonna do it.
You can't do it.
You can't
do it. And then you try to do what he did, and you'd be dead. Like the amount of alcohol that he probably consumed on that set.
How many megapints does it take for you?
Not even one. I'd be dead. I'd be dead if I tried to do this. But let's continue here, though. No, you good, homie. You good. This is not working for me. She didn't.
Her lawyer should have been like, "Can you do another take?"
Yeah, right. Different angle this time. Different angle, a little bit higher. Away from the coffee.
Can we adjust some lines? Can we?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on now. Oh my God. She literally. Wow.
Did you read the script?
Improv 101, everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is. Say that again.
Valid.
He said, "Did something happen to you this morning?" I don't think so. So if it is true that he had just found out his mother died, did something happen to you this morning? I mean, waking up and realizing that your mom is gone? That's pretty heavy in comparison to her, who probably went to a really good yoga class and did whatever she had to do for the day.
Yeah, and if I may say, man,
Go on.
Yeah, it's like I can't imagine what a divorce is like. It's just not a position that I've ever been in. And, Lord willing, won't have to be, right? But that aside, yeah, you lose your mother and you're going through a complicated relationship situation. He's probably pretty close the F off, to where it's like she's not even somebody that he would console in. So she might be hip to what's going on. There's like I'm not here to apologize for whatever it is that he's going through and how he's treated people.
No.
Right? But the idea, though, too, just maybe pseudo empathy is the idea that, like, yeah, you're drunk, clearly.
Right.
You don't have to speak your piece accurately, but you're saying something that should be listened to. Something to be said about humans are still speaking what they generally feel if they're being, especially in a vulnerable state like that.
Yes.
She's positioning him to be trapped, and he's just being in a reactive state. It's
exactly.
So she's poaching.
Oh, that's a good one right there. Yeah, she definitely is poaching.
He's just kind of like rabid right now. And if he's in his own home and he's within certain means, he can replace those cabinets. He can do what he needs to do to recorrect, some of those behaviors. But she's poaching. She's taking advantage of somebody in their own environment and then capturing them in an indecent moment where they're vulnerable. And, regardless of what his reason for that may be, it makes them. You had made mention that it makes him look bad, and I agree. It makes them both look bad, and that's my take on it.
Right. I mean, okay. So with both things being said, I mean, you know what? I want to say my piece. We're gonna talk about this because we need to talk in more depth, not depth. Boars. Okay. Hey man. Okay. But let's finish this out really quick, and then we got to talk about this because this opens up another conversation of men and how they express themselves and all that stuff. So we are going to talk about that because we definitely got to talk about that for sure. So real quick, I just want to see the rest of this video and then we're going to deep dive into this conversation. Real talk. Oh, and there's a few other photos I want to show you, and then we're going to deep dive. Let's go.
No, that's the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you
This is the part that's bad for him. But it's not him putting his hands on her. Just by the way, it's not him putting his hands on him. He just said, "This, you want to see crazy? This is crazy." And he starts pouring a drink. That's it. And I think that was his middle finger to her because I think that she hates how much he drinks or how heavily he drinks. So that's what I think on that part too. But let's continue.
No, I didn't. You were smashing.
And then she laughs. And she got what she wanted. Real talk. At the end of the day, she got what she wanted. Now, there are some other pieces in here I want to show you guys really, really quick because some of these things are just very interesting. Like, let me make sure I get this blown up for you guys right quick because there's some more to this. There's other photos, other things of obviously, as we were saying in the title, she got very emotional. I guess she became seemingly emotional when they started playing that particular video. Her chin seemed to wobble and, her eyes got a little misty eyed because of this video. I don't know if she was playing like some sort of part again to give people a certain vibe, like she's the damsel in distress, or as Northern Akashic healer just said, acting. You know what I'm saying? She could have just been acting even in court, right? But there's other parts where I guess there was another moment where he was trying to get Amber Heard to actually cut him with a knife. This is, like I said, these are just recordings. These aren't videos. And apparently this is the knife that he was asking her to cut him with. You see what I'm saying? Then, of course, obviously, this is him in court right there. But there's some footage right here. There's some paraphernalia and some drugs. I'm just letting you guys know. But there's lines of cocaine. There's, his driver's license. There's music and that actual coffee mug that was in the video that they were hiding, where she was hiding, trying to record him. There's whiskey, obviously some tobacco, and then he's got a little box for all of his treats, if you get what I'm saying. He lives a rock star lifestyle. Let's keep it straight funky. He lives a rock star lifestyle. And I think that's how he always wanted to live. Because acting was not his first choice. That's not his first passion, let's just say. He loves music. He loves playing the guitar. He wanted to be a musician. He wanted to be a rock star. And I think he continues living that way, right? But this is the photo that really gets me. It's this photo. There's other photos out there that are in better, there's this photo that looks better, like higher resolution, looks a lot better. But that is him drunk as hell, passed the F out. I don't know if he puked in the mug that's in his crotch, like that's sitting in between his legs. Because this stuff down here, if you look right here, there's even like it goes down to the floor, like he puked.
Okay, can you turn that?
Yeah. It's like he puked right there in the, you know what I'm saying? Like he puked in the mug and it oh, this is ice cream. Thank you. I thought he puked. I'm like, oh my God, that's nasty, y'all. That's nasty.
Is he Indian style right now?
He's sitting Indian style.
I dig that.
Or Native American style.
Or meditating style.
Or meditating style. There you go. Yeah, this is after a night of binge drinking and doing copious amounts of drugs. But like I said, he liked living the fast life.
Sure.
And Amber Heard knew about this. Okay. I mean, she knew about his lifestyle. She knew about who he was, what she was going to, who she was dealing with, and all that stuff. Okay. But this is a long ongoing thing. He had text messages with Paul Bettany, where he just basically said some really messed up things. But obviously, he was very upset about the situation with his now ex-wife. But he was calling her the "see you next Tuesday" word. They were making jokes about lighting her on fire. And then he said something along the lines of, I want to smash before to make sure she's really gone. I'm trying to censor a little bit because she says so much in this thing, you know what I'm saying? Or he says so much in this thing, and it's pretty bad.
Okay.
Like I said, there's so much to unfold with this. This has been days and days
Right.
of them talking, cross-examining him, questioning him, and all that stuff about all these things. And this has just been crazy. You know what I mean? Now, yeah, I'm gonna stop there because there's just a lot to unfold on that particular story or on that particular thing. So, and this is what we know so far. I mean, there's obviously a whole lot more. I know that we will have more people, I'm sure, coming in and putting in their 2 cents about this. You know, we got somebody who is, frequents the show and has been following this quite a bit, very, very hardcore like, that I'm sure she'll be correcting me on anything I've been saying wrong here, which I do appreciate. But we do have to talk about this thing of like guys trying to express themselves in this kind of situation. One, I really feel for the guy because I know that, let's keep it real. Some guys don't know how to express themselves emotionally, right? Some of us just don't know how to say what we need to say or how we feel emotionally. And sometimes it resorts to violent fits,
aggression of some sort.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And I, of course I know that it's a thing like, hey, anytime a guy tries to express themselves emotionally, suddenly they go, oh, you're being femme or you being weak, something like that. It's always some sort of sign of weakness.
Sure.
And seeing and hearing about Johnny Depp and where he's come from, what his situation is, his background, how he was abused growing up and all that. I feel like he hasn't had an opportunity to really learn how to handle his emotions. Hence the reason why his addictions and of course of his substance abuse issues and all that. But it does make you wonder, like, I have to say the other side. I have to say the other side of the foot, other shoe, right? Or the other side of the fence here. Okay. What if this is him all the time? What if that look, how he was acting, was an actual true testament or true display of how he is when he's blind drunk? It just happens to be the day after he found out his mother died. But she pulls out her phone and she starts recording. If it's a once in a blue moon situation, that's one thing, right? That she suddenly just pulls out her phone and starts recording. This seems very convenient. Or this is something that he does all the time, so she was ready for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, of course it makes sense. Not to dive deep into, any personal traumas of mine, but I certainly understand what it's like to have, somebody with an addiction in the household and, their behaviors can be erratic, and they're often just emotional responses to things that haven't been, well dealt with, or they can be reactions. Sometimes it's a very complex thing. I would say that I am fully on the offense against the idea that filming anybody in their home without their permission and then utilizing that as leverage and weaponizing that. I don't like that even in conversations. I don't even like people bringing up old shit to make it seem like that's what I currently think. You know?
Right.
You know, like that can be a bit irritating, and that might just be a conversational piece, let alone to actually have a, you know, some form of evidence in the court of law that would say like this is a characteristic of my behavior. Now, yeah, as well, like if this were him every other, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, and, you know,
Right.
Saturday through Tuesday,
Yeah.
you know, then once again, like, well, I don't want to sound like silly here, but like, yeah, we live in America, right? You know, remember that. Like, you are living in a land where, like, if you pay your bills and you have your space, you have dominion to do what it is that you want to do. You even
True.
illegal
Pursuing happiness.
activity, yeah,
Right.
even illegal activities under your own home without them, you know, um, that's like condonable, right? It's still illegal, but you know, nobody's gonna, you know, we're not living under Big Brother right now, so
True.
you know,
True.
so you still have right to do that. So it's not her jurisdiction to do what she did. Shouts out to the Mega Pint though, because I'm big inspired by that shit. And I honestly am just like, yo, how could you not get thrown by just filling a mason jar attached to a candlestick
stemware? You know what I'm saying? Like he had a candelabra on top, like a mason jar on top of a candelabra. I mean, it's insane. You know what I mean? And the fact that he was planning on drinking that whole, well, he probably drank that whole thing without any issues. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, I don't, you know, this doesn't say let him so where he can be a monster. You know, you can kind of cut me off there, but in the most neutral sense, just, you know, yeah, he probably needs some fucking help.
Oh, he needs some help without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, obviously
he should be able to do that too.
Clear as day of what's going on with him. I do have a comment here I want to pull up here. Married Daughtery, or Daughtry, I don't know, something like that. I'm coming home. You know what I mean? Daughtry? Nobody?
Yeah.
You don't remember Daughtry? American Idol?
I do.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway, so of course she says, Debbie, in no way am I trying to be rude. And of course, you know, obviously yes, we are still learning about this case bit by bit. There's a lot to digest and all that. So I may not have everything correct. All right. Just so you guys know, I know everybody else has been deep diving into this like a mug. So I appreciate people who are coming in and trying to correct me and all that. So I get that piece. Okay. So she says, I'm stating facts, truths. I hate that for 6 years, this man has been through the mud. She has used these lies to rise while destroying him. And hence the reason why there is a $100 million defamation lawsuit. And I am actually very excited that he has been able to go onto the stand and speak his side to everything, because he's been quiet. They have basically thrown him through the mud. They have dragged him through the dirt. Real talk. And so I'm very happy that they finally are everyone's starting to see and hear his side. But I will say this, though, because I have to say the other side of the shoe, or the other side of the fence. Why am I saying the other side of the shoe? The other side of the fence, because we got to keep it real here. You know, it does make you wonder. You have to pose the question. Was that just pure, unadulterated luck up in this biznai? Or was this a situation where he'd been there, done that a million times before? He'd been there, done that a million times before, and she just happened to have her phone this time and said, F it, I'm going to start recording. That's the only question I have. Regardless of anything else, the things that have come out outside of this prove to me that this looks very, very bad for Amber Turd. Okay? The fact that she dropped a dookie, or her friend dropped a deuce in a bed when he was trying to leave her. The fact that she put her paws on him multiple times. sliced his middle finger off, the tip of his middle finger off. Yeah, man. There's more to this, baby.
I'm
There's
blown
more
away.
to this.
What
Put
the
out
hell?
a cigarette on his face. I mean, literally. Yeah, man. Look at the look on his face, man. Yeah, surprise. This girl is evil. So in my mind, I go, well, with everything, with all that evidence that they have up against her, and then this video comes out, I keep going, man, this girl's just straight diabolical. Okay, she's been plotting this entire damn time. So for me, I instantly say she's up to no good. But you can't help but look at the other side of the situation and go, regardless of all those things, which makes her look terrible because you know for a fact she was that bad. Is that video just a once in a blue moon moment, or was this really him all the time whenever he got blind drunk? And that's the question. And I think that's a question that I don't think that's a question that we will ever get. We will never get that answer. Because she's going to have is a he said, she said situation, or a she said, he said situation, just to be fair, you know. And I don't think we're ever going to really, truly get all of it, which is terrible. Because soon she's going to be taking the stand. She's going to say her piece, and we're going to be looking this way. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be looking in her perspective and all that. And then, you know, we look at all these text messages and all that. And I wouldn't sit here and say it doesn't show Johnny Depp in the best light, but that does not mean that he is a violent individual. Just because he sits there and goes, I'm done with this, see you next Tuesday, and this, that, and the third, does not mean that he would ever put his hands on this person. It just shows that, hey, breaking up and divorces are hard to do. You see what I'm saying? And it's a thin line between love and hate, real talk, and all the other BS phrases that there are out here in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
You know?
Yeah.
But it does make me feel bad about like what's going on with Johnny, and what he's going through, because what he's going through is terrible. And the fact that he is being, and I've said this last night, being pulled out into the middle of the square, the town square, and being and there's this public quartering of him, of everything from his addictions to his past with his mother being abusive and all that stuff. It's very it's terrible. It's terrible to have all that stuff on display for everyone to judge, pick and prod and laugh at and gawk at. But it's necessary, unfortunately, so that he can come out hopefully fully vindicated from this situation, because he hasn't been able to work because of this whole situation. So I'm hoping that this comes out in his favor. I think it should be, given the fact of everything. Who goes and films you at your lowest point and then tries to turn it around to make it seem like that you just did this terrible thing to them and they're terrified now? It's beyond me, man.
Right. No, yeah. Once again, that's something that I'm keen on in any way, shape, or form. You know, just weaponizing anything that a person does is clearly stating that you love conditionally. Like that, it's like, oh, okay, well, here are the conditions in which you were supposed to operate, and I'm now fracture whatever little contract we had, you know, and make sure that I'm in a position to benefit because you're clearly not on my, you know, it becomes very much a victim isolating thing. Yeah, bump that noise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what they need that type of person in life. Amber Heard don't even make good ass movies anyway. So,
Word.
You know what I'm saying? She don't do shit.
No,
Can I cuss on it?
Yeah, you can say you've been saying shit and all the MFers and all that stuff. You can say shit. It's fine. You can curse. No. It's the night show. You can curse all you want, bro.
Man, my bad. I'm gonna cut it out.
Though. No, you good, homie.
Do better.
You good, homie. So real quick, I think somebody's at the door. Yeah.
Okay.
Cutter.
Cut it. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Can you grab him, bring him over, because I want to bring him in here with us.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So yeah, guys. This is it's a crazy one and all that. This has been absolutely nuts. Don't close it all the way. All right. This has been absolutely crazy with all this, and I think that it's been very revealing. This whole story around Miss Me Poo and all this stuff. And I just, I'm hoping that this comes out in the best way possible. But I am looking forward to seeing what happens next week, what they're going to be doing, because this apparently is a 6-week trial. So what are they going to be doing for week number 3? They already brought him up. They did hit, they cross-examined him for the whole week. So what's going on for next week? What do they have planned? What is Amber Heard's team going to be doing? What are they planning on doing? Is he still back on the stand starting Monday or no? What's the story behind that? That's the question I have, still lingering in the back of my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's just a wild situation, y'all. A very, very wild situation. Go on and Cutter. Go ahead and close it. You can slam it shut. Go ahead. No, slam it shut. There you go. Go on and sit over there. Sit over there. Yeah, man. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, of course we're going to be opening up the phone lines in a little bit to hear you guys' thoughts on everything and all that. But real quick,
Yes, sir.
Baxley, I would love to hear you, introduce our friend here. I'm going to turn on this camera here. So
Gotcha.
Throwing it over to you.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a recording engineer and producer here, and one of the most inspiring people that I possibly know in the city right now, young man that I met 2 years ago, has been an incredible presence in my life and has an even more domineering presence in the community. So I just really want to shed some light on my buddy K Cutter, young McKinney.
What's up, man?
Yo,
What's good? What's popping, man? How you living?
man, I'm good. Staying humble, man. Thank you for that very humbling introduction.
Oh, man, you deserve it.
Anytime, man. So explain to me really quick, because I know that you are like you got some things popping off on the internet, going viral, playing, tickling the ivories. Okay. The piano guys. All right. Before you guys make that into some weird innuendo. So this is a very, very talented piano player, very talented musician. So yeah, what's been going on? Tell us where we can find you and all that stuff before we go into our next story.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm basically everywhere with the handle K Cutter Music. So it's spelled KKUDDAMUZIC. A lot of people pronounce it Kuda or whatever. But yeah, K Cutter Music. I've been producing since I was in middle school. I'm now, 1 year removed from college and, out here doing music, out here playing with, bands, producing, directing music.
Right on.
All of that.
That's dope. And y'all need to go and check him out. He's very, very talented. Dude is a beast. I just watched some of his stuff earlier, and they were practicing. His band is practicing in Studio A across the way. And I was like, yo, why don't you just come through and just chop it up and just talk with us, about some things that are popping off here. And so he's here now. So I appreciate you coming on, man. Real talk.
Thank you for having me. Of course. Anytime, really.
Yeah, man. Always. But real quick, before we go on to our next story, Simone Abundance said, right, Pascal, corrections, 2 wrongs don't make a right. In my book, they both need help. It looks like they're screaming for it by their behavior. Yes, I think that there are 2 extremely toxic people that are basically just leaning on each other to poke each other's sleeping bear. I don't know, man. It's really, really nuts how this is all like, how this whole trial, how everything, all this has been transpiring. You know what I'm saying? And it's really sad. To me, it's very, very sad. And
I feel like it would be a really good episode of Cops.
Man,
like if it was just a little bit more boiled down. See, that's the issue in my mind with celebrity, is it's the more or less the inflation of relevance. When like, yeah, it's Johnny Depp and it's, Amber Heard. Cool, these are names and they're celebrities and they live in West Hollywood. But at the end of the day, like if West Hollywood was just like a trailer park in like Omaha, Nebraska, and Johnny Depp was just drunk one day, and Amber Heard came running out the house being like, I got him on camera drinking a mega pint of wine from da da da," and she had to talk to the cops. That same video, that same essential offense. Okay, once again, not trying to simplify things too much, but I'm just saying it'd be a pretty decent episode of Cops. It'd be like,
I mean, they would be there every single day. It would be a whole series just for Johnny and Amber.
Running down the street barefoot, just with his hat on, doing some other stuff. The cops got the shaky camera. Amber's yelling at him, just throwing stuff off screen.
No kidding, man. It'd be absolutely insane. Real talk. Yeah, I know you have no idea what we're talking about, but we're going to get to this next topic. But yes, I just I'm praying for both of them because they both need they both need counseling. They both need a shoulder to lean on, and they both need to drop the drugs. Okay. And live a clean and healthy life. I think that's what they both need. And if Johnny Depp keeps going down the route that he is going, if he continues the way he has and what we see him on camera, he ain't going to be on this planet for very much longer. I mean, he getting up here in age. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't party like he was 20 anymore. So hopefully this is a sobering moment for both of them. All right. But we'll see what happens as time goes on and as the story continues and as the world turns, right? But we got to go into this next thing real quick. This is a quick story that I've been covering on the show. And I wanted to do a quick recap because I know there's a lot of people out here that want to get more details about this particular murder case that happened over this past week. We've been talking about it since I think it was this weekend I started talking about it. I don't remember, but this story about this 51-year-old woman by the name of Orsolya Gaal. She's 51 years old. She was found stuffed in a duffel bag about less than a mile away from her home. I was speculating like crazy, thinking that the person who did this was her 13-year-old son, only to find out that I was wrong as hell. But it was because he was the only one in the home when the murder actually went down. And when the cops came up, he was like, I've been upstairs asleep. Where's my mom? So they brought him in for questioning. Now, we already talked about this before. And I said, hey, if you look at the footage, it looks like a shorter person. And so I thought maybe this is just a little grown ass man. That's literally what I thought. Or now it seems like this is a little grown ass man. But the truth has come out. We did talk about it in this breaking story this morning. A person has been arrested. It is the handyman. I'm not kidding. It's like this crazy Lifetime movie unfolding in real life. He is a handyman. He's 44 years old, and his name is David Bonola. Sorry, David Bonola. And he was having, this is what they're saying now, and this is what's been circulating around, that he was having a full-on affair with this woman. The look on Baxley's face is amazing. He was having an affair with Orsolya behind the husband's back. Oh, by the way, the husband was out of town with their eldest son doing some college search. And apparently, this guy, David, went into the home because he knew about the home. He had been working there for a while there. He knew the layout. He knew where they hid the key, or he may have had his own key. Went in there, stabbed her 58 times, then stuffed her into this hockey duffel bag, and then dragged her for less than a half a mile down the street and discarded her on the side of the road. Yeah. So there's more information here, guys, that we need to talk about. Yeah. Do you know what we're talking about?
This is my first time hearing all
Exactly. So I wanted to show you guys there's some new information revolving around this, some new stuff. It's absolutely crazy. Okay. Somebody just said a little bit. Just said Richard Ramirez vibes, and you've been a little bit's been a member for the past 6 months. So thank you so much for your support. All right, and thank you so much for the comment. But we need to look at this because I thought this was very interesting. So her Latin lover. I'm not kidding. This guy is from Guatemala. David Banola. Okay, Banola. All right. He had been very upset about some stuff. Now there's been new information revolving around this this murder. So handyman lover used kitchen knife to stab married Queen's mom 58 times in the basement while her son was upstairs after quote unquote a domestic dispute. Couple had on-off romance for 2 years that started when he started working in her house. You feel me? There's a double entendre in there somewhere. I'm sure somebody'd be crafty enough with this. So Queen's mother, Orsolya Gaal, and her lover had been having an on and off affair for 2 years before he murdered her with a kitchen knife in her basement last week while her 13-year-old son was upstairs. David Banola, 44 years old, was arrested today in the early hours of the morning. He was spotted by police on Wednesday night and brought in for questioning, then confessed to murdering Gaal in her home on April 16th, shortly before 1 a.m. Also, he was put in a police car, or as he was put in a police car on Thursday in front of journalists asking why he killed her, he screamed, "F you, mother effer." Yeah, he sounds definitely sound mind and body right now. Okay. The pair started seeing each other in 2020 after he worked in the family home where Gaal lived with her husband, Howard, and their 2 sons. It was an on and off relationship, which they rekindled in April, so earlier this month, but which had recently ended again. According to the NYPD, Banola had gone over to the home in an attempt to resurrect the affair. On Friday night, not long after midnight, Gaal let Banola into her home. It's unclear if she had invited him over or if he just showed up unannounced. They went inside and down to the basement because her youngest son, Leo, was upstairs at the time. Her husband, as we already know, Howard, and their oldest son, Jamie, were looking out of town, looking at colleges. At some point, the pair started arguing, and Banola stabbed her 58 times using a knife that he found inside the house. It is unclear what the argument was specifically about. He then retrieved her son's hockey bag and waited until 4 a.m., then wheeled her body out of the home and dumped it less than a half a mile away. He also sent a text to Howard Klein, which is still weird to me, y'all. He sent a text to Howard Klein, her husband, claiming that he had been someone she once sent to jail in a failed attempt to throw the police off his scent. So that theory is right. He literally sat there and thought about that, pulled out her phone, opened it up, sent her husband a text message saying, and he said this: "Your wife tried to put me in jail years ago. I'm back. The rest of your family is next." That is the text message that he sent her. He had time. He made time. This is crazy, y'all. This is absolutely crazy. So he took time to do this stuff. Banola then walked to his own home through Forest Park, which, you know, they literally, he doesn't live very far. He lives like the next neighborhood over, real talk. So then the next day he went to the hospital for treatment for wounds on his hands. Cause you know, he's a bunch, you know, if it gets really bloody, the knife's going to slip. It's going to cut his hands, all that stuff. So on Wednesday night, as police officers were canvassing the area in Queens for video footage, they spotted Banola and approached him. They knew about the affair and wanted to question him, so they brought him in for questioning at the 112th precinct, where he confessed to the entire murder. At a press conference on Thursday, today, which we all watched as a fam, y'all, NYPD detectives revealed that he had worked in the family's home and he was known to the family. It's unclear if Gaal's husband, Howard Klein, was aware of the affair. So there you have now what went down. And all the theories that I had before, and here's a little bit of footage of him, like, getting escorted out of a precinct, which I'll show you guys here. If the internet wants to be nice to me, that is. Hopefully it'll start. But it's some wild stuff, right?
It's wild.
Some wild stuff. And the thing is that, like,
do you take face-to-face payment?
The father, what I find wild is they don't know if the father knew what was popping off, if he knew that this affair even existed or not. But I keep thinking, like, never underestimate the power of denial. That's what I think. Like, my wife's an angel. But here he is.
David, why'd you do it? Over here, David. David, what happened? Que paso, David, why'd you do it?
Que paso. Come on.
What happened, David?
He's mad.
Que paso, David?
Yeah, he screamed out, F you, mother effer. Some crazy stuff. Another angle for all y'all. Crazy, y'all. Okay, so we already know all this stuff now. Fellas are now up to date. You guys have been properly vetted now. You know what I'm saying? You see the craziness that's going on. Real talk.
Right.
And this thing is a real story. This dude went out of his way to do some really, really bad things to a woman, a mother. Yes, she was out here on these streets, talking to a whole bunch of dudes, because she was not only talking to him, she was talking to multiple other dudes too.
He was just the housekeeper.
I mean,
man, he wasn't even in the yoga instructor.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
I'm expecting, like, the pool boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to these kind of, like,
they live in Queens.
Lifetime movie types. Oh yeah, they live in Queens, so there ain't no pool. But you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like
but it's crazy to me that this whole thing transpired, how this whole thing went down,
right.
And now, because I was speculating that it was the 13-year-old boy,
which is
the 13-year-old son.
That's wild too.
It's still wild, but I mean, we live in weird times, man.
Facts, they make 13-year-olds huge these days too.
Yeah, man. The genetics and stuff, the way it's something in the water. Real talk.
Facts.
What are your thoughts on this, man? What are your thoughts, Cutter?
It almost sounds like, I don't know if y'all have watched the show You on Netflix, but it kind of sounds like something like that. Like, this seems something like a Lifetime
Good call.
drama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
True.
And, like, I don't know, man. People are really crazy out here. You really gotta be careful who you are just around. Like, it makes you think, like, what kind of, like, what the affair was like. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to go, that crazy.
You is a very good call. Because but then it's like,
and like, to take the phone and then just text like that. It almost seems like it was. Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to say. Like, I mean, I imagine, like, the adrenaline and just, like, whatever the hell comes after the murder. 58, 56, however many steps.
58, bro.
58.
He had time.
That's a workout.
That's more than a workout.
That's like
That's running a marathon.
That's running a marathon, and then, like, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, getting on the phone is crazy. Just trying to figure out that you even to try to negotiate with yourself that you have an out.
Yeah,
is in itself just wild to think about. It's bewildering to be like, oh, I just did that. Now I got to figure out a way out of it. I got to stab somebody 58 times, and now I got to find the exit.
Right?
Like, what?
Wow. And it's like, oh, now I got to figure But then that's the thing, though. If you think about it, he walked into the house. Either he was invited in or he opened up the door all willy-nilly, right? So let's entertain this idea really quick. He walked in, they talked, she brought him downstairs, right? She brought him down into the basement. Where on God's green earth did he find a knife? Where did he go? Like, you know what I mean? That's premeditated. It's not like he just went out of passion, knife, sharp object in the basement. He had a knife on him. So he got it from the kitchen while they were chopping it up. So he basically said, if I can't have you, nobody can. So I'm just going to grab this knife. And while we go downstairs and talking about whatever, I'm just going to unleash on you. So he knew he was going to do this as he was going down the damn stairs. That's insane, yo.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, man.
can't
Man.
even wrap my head around it. Yeah, I mean,
It's crazy.
yeah.
I mean, given the fact that your name is Cutter, I just figured you'd have more to say.
Man, it's wild, and I'm really thinking about like the 13-year-old boy. You know, like
Facts.
to
No
grow
doubt.
up, he's gonna have that trauma. It's like, man, this happened in this house. Like I probably couldn't even step foot in that house again if that happened. You know, related to me, somebody
Not
that was
at all.
related to me. You know,
Right. And you mentioned that the family knew of David.
Well, I mean, he
You know,
worked
he
in
worked
that
there.
house.
Yeah,
So they knew David or David. You know what I'm
David,
saying?
whatever,
Like,
you know.
no, real talk. It doesn't matter. But yeah, David.
I'm gonna call him David.
David. You know what I mean? Banola.
But you know, like to think about the trauma, of like, you know, you think you got trust issues, like let alone your housekeeper murdered your mom, like you
It's
know,
just
at
wild.
13 years old, like
like I wonder if people in the
prayers up.
house found him weird before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, did anybody look and just say, "There's something weird about this dude"?
You know, that's a very good point. But I will argue that they rekindled everything at the top of the month of this month. So if he was crazy, why would you rekindle something with a dude that seems off? You see what I'm saying? If everyone's like, something's up with that dude, why would you rekindle? Unless his stroke game on point. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me.
It's always dangerous to think about the other side too, because you know whatever the victim was complicit to, not the murder, right, but just any of that relationship, it takes two to tango, as they say. So it's always interesting to just, you know, because all you can really do is speculate, which is a shame because, you know,
No doubt.
you know, rest in peace to them, and it's a tragedy. Like I would wish this would never happen in the world, but the idea too, like. How much were you into this guy? And did you ever see any red flags that were like, why is my gardener always hanging out in the kitchen?
Word. Like, why is the handyman always here?
Why is he always hanging around knives?
You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Right.
Wow. You know what I'm saying?
know?
Why is he all, what's up with
What's
this?
up?
You know what I'm saying?
Why is he always trying
But like I said, it seems weird. Now, I just saw somebody say something. Sandy, the sassy lady, how you doing? Sassy queen, I'm sorry. She said, or the basement might have a kitchenette. And yeah, I know some places, some nice homes, they finish out the basement and maybe there's another place like a little mini bar or something like that where all that stuff where you could have some sharp objects again too, which is a good possibility. That's a good possibility too, y'all. I mean, let's keep it straight funky. That is a very good possibility. But this is knuckin' futs, okay? You just don't do this. And this is also a pure fact. All right. And I've said this a million times on the show, but I'll say it again right now, that we live in a time now more than ever that trouble, like, you know, back in the day, you'd have to go and find trouble. Now trouble can find you, and you can be in the most glitzy, most glamorous, most upper class of neighborhoods where you think, oh, this would never happen in my neighborhood. Well, guess what? It could happen in your neighborhood. And I'm not trying to say hide your kids, hide your wife kind of thing. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is you just have to keep your head on a damn swivel because you never know where crime or bad things like this can happen. You see what I'm saying? So just be smart. Keep your head up. Some of y'all need to develop some street smarts. I'm just being real. I know. Suburbs is really nice and clean and leave it to beaverish. You know what I'm saying? Without the milkman coming out and dropping off the milk. I get it. But at the same time, some of the worst, most heinous crimes are happening in suburbia. So just be smart. Okay? Be safe out there, guys. All right? But moving on to the next story, we got this next one. Oh, this is going to be a good one. And this is when I'm going to be opening up the video chat line. So it's time for a little bit of speak on it. Okay? Because I love to hear your thoughts on this situation. Mike Tyson. Okay, man. Cutter, do you know about Mike Tyson? Do you know about this fight that he had in the plane?
I very briefly saw it today.
You very briefly saw it. Come
I saw
on,
a
man.
clip of this.
You're
and
too
I was
busy.
like, oh, wow.
You're too busy doing Mixolydian scales on your piano. I get it. I get it. I get it. But anyway, here it is, y'all. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson beat the ish out of somebody on a plane. He was flying into Florida from San Francisco. So this was a long flight on JetBlue. He was with some dude. This dude was drunk as hell. He was like a fan. He got very upset. And then what had happened was he had to slap the ish out of Mike Tyson. Now, I've talked about this before. I've talked about this earlier when I did a live. But the thing is I didn't get a chance to open up the phone lines and talk to you guys about this. Now, I want to show the video because I know that Cutter didn't get a chance to, you know what I'm saying? By the way, how old are you?
Man, I'm 23.
You're 23? Okay, bet.
23
Here.
and me.
23, me.
20.
Go ahead and pass one down.
No doubt.
So, enjoy a libation, my brother. Wet that beak, okay?
We thank you.
Wet that beak, okay, young squire. Okay, so we got to talk about this, okay? Because real talk, this is absolutely knuckin' futz. And I don't blame. I have a personal opinion about Mike Tyson beating the ish out of this dude, okay? I do. I do feel some type of way about this. I'm gonna be real. But I know a lot of other people have some opinions about this. Some people are very upset about this. Because he is Mike Tyson, the most dangerous man on the planet. Just so you know, I said it before, but he's the most dangerous man on the planet. And then some random civilian wants to go up to the most dangerous man on the planet. That is dumb. That's just all I'm going to say here. Now, I want to show you guys this little clip, right quick, so we can all enjoy this news clip. So, one second, guys. Let me pull this up, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines because I want to hear your thoughts on all of this. Okay?
My parents can.
Okay, not that. I don't know what Dexcom is, but hopefully it's
can't take a punch.
Hopefully it's amazing. My parents would love to take a punch from Mike Tyson and then sue that ass. Let's keep it straight funky, okay? But
New at noon, an investigation is underway after former heavyweight champ Mike Tyson threw some punches at a man on board a plane at San Francisco airport. TMZ obtained cell phone video of the confrontation. It happened last night as Tyson was set to fly out of SFO to Florida. He was in San Francisco to attend the 420 Cannabis Festival. According to TMZ, Tyson took a selfie with a man who was extremely intoxicated. The man sat behind Tyson and continued trying to talk to him. Tyson told the man to stop talking, and when he didn't, Tyson punched the man in the face a number of times. The man received medical attention and went to the police. According to the TSA, there were no arrests made.
Okay, so Mike Tyson got very upset. He said, hey, leave me alone. I'm out here. I'm trying to enjoy my time. All of that ish. Dude, when he wants to enjoy this flight, dude was hell-bent on trying to make his life difficult. Why? I do not know. All I know is that this guy was definitely inebriated. He was definitely drunk. He became very obnoxious, very hard to handle. And so Tyson had to handle his ass. Now, the thing is that, of course, I'm going to throw it around the room and get your opinions about this, too. The fellas are here, you know what I mean? And now Cutter has finally seen it for the very, very first time, the whole thing. So we are going to talk about that here really quick. But I want to open up the video chat lines right quick, because like I said, I would love to hear your thoughts about this ish. You see what I'm saying? So the video chat link is on the top of the chat right now. Hey, don't be shy. Click on it. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Are you on Mike Tyson's side? Do you think he had every right to do that? Or are you not with it? And that's the question I'm asking you guys. Real talk. I'm asking you guys that specific question. I know some of you guys are trying to hop on to maybe talk about the Johnny Depp thing, but we are only talking about the Mike Tyson thing for right now. I just want to make that abundantly clear, okay? So I want to pull it around the room. Cutter, what are your thoughts on this? This guy came up. He took a photo with Mike Tyson. Just a quick breakdown. He took a photo with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson sat down. The dude, the fan, came up and kept talking to him. Apparently, he wanted to get an autograph from him. Mike Tyson said, "Hey, man, just leave me alone. Leave me alone." Dude was still belligerently annoying the hell out of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson had enough, turned around and put the paws on him. He did the Will Smith effect almost. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think he should have put his paws on him or no? Is it justified or no?
Man, see, I feel like people just go too far, honestly. Like, for one, and I'm not necessarily condoning violence, but it's Mike Tyson. I mean, that's somebody you don't want to piss off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Man. Man.
And what's been going on like lately, I've been seeing a lot of celebrities just going crazy.
Especially the older ones, man. Like the old, like, I'll put my age out there. I'm 32, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
So I'm a 90s baby. Mike Tyson was, in his prime. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Jordan pop out and do something goofy here pretty soon. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
People in that age, that age bracket right now who have been famous for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Decades worth of fame. That comes with all sorts of trials and tribulations and, and different types of personas. All that aside, imagine I've been belligerently drunk before. Let me just put that out there. I've been.
I think everybody in this room has. Have you? He's like, yeah, he's a musician. Hell yeah.
I've had some moments where it's like, hey, you might be trying a little bit too hard to get some attention, right? I've been there. Cool, drunk. I don't even think my innermost drunken self would test Mike Tyson. So imagine just being the person who is just like, oh, that's Mike Tyson. That's what's up. I'm just go holler at him real quick. Let me go holler at the monster. Like just imagine the gall, and then to be in such a congested space. I mean, the only worst situation
in a damn plane, bro.
The only worst situation is to be in an elevator with the man.
Oh,
where he can really get his hips behind him.
But I'm trying to see
sound
by
room.
Still
by
work.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, by the look of that video though, Mike was putting them hips into that seat too. He hit him with about. Somebody said, I think MJ somebody said like about 800 punches.
Dude, have you ever seen him? Yo, but real talk, have you ever seen this man train?
Yes.
Have you seen these training videos when he was getting ready to fight Evander Holyfield, right? No. Sorry. When he was about to fight Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones Jr.
Shameless plug. I got to interview Roy Jones Jr. right before that. So go check it out, please. It's one of his only interviews that he had coming out of retirement, training to fight Mike Tyson. But the videos of Mike Tyson just getting back into his prime, man. So imagine you're in this little thing, and he's just like he was throwing. I'm just saying it's too intense. It is too much. Why did this guy want to do that ish? It is the most dangerous man on the planet. I'm going to keep saying this again. He was known as the most dangerous man on the planet. Why would you poke a sleeping bear, a rabid sleeping bear,
a raging bull,
a raging mother-loving bull?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I do have a comment here. Let me throw this here really quick. A said this. It says hey, you know what I'm saying? Everybody say hey, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it was a setup. He said something earlier he wasn't supposed to say regarding homeless people being hunted. It's true. Now, I'm very happy. Hey, everybody. Hey, I really do appreciate you putting that piece of information here, because yes, that is true. Apparently, he was on his podcast with Joe Rogan, if I'm correct, and he was talking about higher elites taking homeless people out as game, and then these people would go out and hunt. The elites would go hunt these homeless people like game. Like this is like a very messed up Purge or something. I don't know. There's not Catch Me If You Can. Not Hide and Seek, but it was there's a movie out.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. It's really entertaining, but
I thought you had it with the Purge because that sounds.
It's kind of like the Purges, but it's really like rich people. It's like hunting people, hunting homeless people.
Yeah, there's a book called like The Most Dangerous Game. And
yes,
then, it's like that. Plus, you got like the Hunger Games, where it's just like all the rich people are just like, yeah, you guys kind of fight for stuff, and
right?
We just benefit.
And we'll just laugh and stamp some Pepsi commercials on it.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But yes, it is true that he was on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, his show or his podcast. He was having a conversation with
Joe
Rogan, and yeah, he literally was saying some crazy stuff on this show. But I don't think this is the reason why this person acted a damn fool in front of him. Yes, he did say some crazy stuff, but it is Mike Tyson, so I take it with a grain of salt with whatever comes out of his mind. You feel me? Whatever comes out of his mouth. But this is also out of character a little bit. I know some of y'all are going to be like, what are you talking about? Let's keep it real. Just a few weeks ago, he was at a comedy show. Some dude pulled out a gun, cocked it, pointed it at Mike Tyson. He sat there cool as a cucumber and somehow was able to unarm this man without even throwing a punch. And then at the end of it, he hugged the dude. So that is like the most heightened of situations. He's looking down the barrel of a 45 and he does nothing. Then you got this guy who's drunk and belligerent and is annoying as hell on a plane. And suddenly he starts throwing the paws on him. Straight up rapid fire. Seems a little strange, don't you think?
Yeah,
right.
Certainly. Yeah, I mean, Mike's been a man of peace, man. He's been a cannabis advocate, and he's turned his life around in a lot of different ways. So yeah, whatever I hate to lay all blame on whoever this individual was, but if it's reported that he was inebriated and you're on a plane and it's been a coast to coast flight, I mean, I'm probably going to apologize for Mike Tyson. Cause I mean, like, he seems to have been provoked. Why would he tee off on somebody? Like,
right.
He don't need to,
right.
Most people would fear him. So
yeah,
and then I do love the idea, that no arrests were made. He got his ass handed
None
to
of
him.
them.
He got his body handed back to him.
Right.
Right. In such a way that everybody's just like, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, we're not going to touch Mike, and you know what you did. And
right.
The guy probably said the rest of the fight, like, my bad.
Yeah. No, because in the rest of the video, he's like, the dude's just sitting there like drunk and bloodied. And his friend who's filming is like, yo, we were just trying to get an autograph. I don't know what's up. But Mike Tyson is sitting there. Real talk. Mike Tyson is sitting there turning to him and being like, yo, I'll give you some shrooms. Like, I guess he was trying to tell him to shut the hell up. Like, I will give you anything you want if you would just leave me the F alone. Oh. You see what I'm saying? Right. And then he just didn't.
He got them hands.
He got them hands. You know what I'm saying? And he just put some work. That dude felt millions of dollars on his face. Real talk. He felt $1 million on his face.
That's,
you know what I mean?
Very much like my bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say it's very much like that high school. Like, hey, would you rather take a punch from Mike Tyson would you take a punch in the face?
I remember that is
from Mike Tyson for $1 million? Like,
no. No. You'd have to up that to like 10 or 20. I want to make sure my kids, because once I'm done, I'm done. Like, once he punches me, I'm no longer here. Yeah. I don't even know if I'll have motor skills anymore. Like, I won't even know how to do math no more. Like, it's going to be over. So I'd want to make sure that money is there. You see what I'm saying? But Lady Justice, what's up, Lady Justice? She just commented, and I do have some people in ready for some video chats. Isn't it reported that the passenger got physical first? Ooh, you know what? That is news to me. I don't know. All I know so far, unless there's new developing stories around this, all I've known so far is that the dude went up to him, got really annoyed the hell out of him. Mike Tyson turned around and put the paws on him. That's all I know so far. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? But let's jump into some calls. Like I said, it is up here. The chat or video link is up above. And yes, somebody just said The Hunt. The Hunt is another movie like that, where the rich will go and like hunt down people, random people. I think it's like Republicans, and that one is very political. I think a bunch of Republicans are hunting after a bunch of like liberals in that movie. It's very, very interesting. I think that's what it is. Very strange movie. But I digress. Actually, I'll look at that in a second, Lady Justice. Thank you so much for sending me that link. I'll take a look at that in a second. But yeah, the dude is very obnoxious. But let's bring in Sandy, the sassy lady. Hello, Sandy.
Hello, Pascal. So let's get this started. So I don't know if anybody knows as far as with dealing with sports. All MMA fighters, kickboxers, and martial artists have to, wherever they live, they have to register their entire body. All boxers have to register their hands as a weapon. Because their hands, for boxers, their hands and their fists are a weapon. As far as MMA fighters, kickboxers, and martial artists, their entire body is used as a weapon. That's why they have to register as a weapon. Now, this ignorant drunkard decided he wanted clout and said, I got my ass whooped by Mike Tyson. You got your clout. Here's the thing. Now, I believe, like somebody said in the chat, where he was only pecking him. Yeah, he was only pecking him. Because if Mike would have literally hit him the way he normally hits,
pink miss.
This would have been a murder case. This would have been a manslaughter case. Because, like I said, Mike's hands are a weapon.
No doubt.
So it's the stupidity and the genetic mutation for me with this that you would piss off Mike Tyson. Dude, the fact that he has finally mellowed out in his older age as he got older, because if this would have happened when he was younger and in his prime, he would have been in jail again for manslaughter, because he would have killed him. Because the way he was pounding on the dude, he wasn't pounding the way he normally would pound. That's a lot. He was like tap, 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 tap. That was like a tap. That wasn't a whole off punch. Because if that was a whole off punch, this would have been Mike Tyson arrested for manslaughter. He would have killed him.
He was using them like striking pads.
Exactly. And I'm trying to wonder, in order to piss Mike off, you know, as mellow as he is now, it'll take a lot for him to be pissed off. So here's my theory of matters. I wonder if the dude dropped the N-word.
Oh, that's a hot one right there.
Ooh,
I wonder if he dropped the N-bomb.
That's a real hot take. I will say that.
Yes.
That's a hot take. He may have, because the dude was drunk. And okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean no disrespect to my white listeners and my white fam, because I love you all. I love every single person equally. But sometimes some white people get a little comfortable with black people that they think that they can be comfortable with. So then suddenly they throw out that word. But I don't know if he actually said that. I think he was just obnoxious.
Yeah.
Very obnoxious, and it was Mike Tyson's breaking point, where he said, hey, respectfully, F off. Leave me alone.
Several times, leave me alone. Yeah, Jacqueline Anderson, you're right, because I was looking at that. The other movie about rich people hunting is the movie that Ice-T did called Surviving in the Game.
Oh, that's another one.
That's another one where he was a homeless person. It says a homeless man is hired as a survival guide for a group of wealthy businessmen on a hunting trip in the mountain, unaware that they are killers who hunt humans for sport and that he is their new prey. So that's Surviving the Game. I remember watching that movie. But yeah, I'm wondering.
The movie I'm talking about that just hit me, Ready or Not. It's a good movie.
Okay.
Rich, affluent family. The woman gets married to this guy, to this affluent family. And then she finds out that they're about to play a game of hide and seek, but she is the one being hunted, the bride. And then
that movie as well. It's
so
like
that movie. Yes, that movie. It's good. It's entertaining as hell.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, man, it's entertaining as hell. It's a newer one too. It's Ready or Not. So Ready or Not, Here I Come.
You know that's why I was trying to figure out. I'm like, you had to. I'm like, as drunk, I wouldn't even. I'm like, if I saw Mike Tyson, like, hey, I'm a big fan. Enjoy your flight. Yada yada yada.
Right.
But this inebriated idiot decide he want to fuck around and find out.
He was messing with.
He lucky he only just got taps, because like I said, had Mike really punched him, this would have been a whole new story. If he'd have hit him with the force that he can hit him.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, he picked the wrong one on a very lucky day and in very lucky circumstances. Because if this was in an alley, or as my boy said earlier, if this was in an elevator or a room with rubber with cement walls, this man would be dust. Okay, trust and believe. But Cutter, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what she's saying so far?
No, I agree. I mean, we didn't seen the action of Mike Tyson, and it's almost like he has a persona. Like even when you see him in movies, like he's this super tough guy. I don't know. I feel like it takes a lot of balls to, he must have been drinking some drink, some Jack,
liquid courage. Liquid courage.
That plane.
That dude was feeling like he was entitled to his attention. That's all it is. It's like, oh, you're sitting right in front of me. Mike. And it's like, yo, man, I just want to chill. And that's the one thing that sucks about celebrity in general, because instantly you are obligated to be the nicest person that you can because you have an image to uphold. You have a brand. You can't just be a dick out here. You can't be an asshole. And that's what sucks, because if you really wanted to tell people what was really on your mind, a lot of these guys like Mike Tyson and, Will Smith, Tom Cruise, all these people, they wouldn't have the deals and the sponsorships and all the stuff that they usually have. So when you got something like that, it's like, yo, I took a photo with you, bruh. You just asked for a photo. Leave me alone. That's it. And that's what people need to learn. Take the photo. You got what you wanted. Kick rock. Keep it moving. Shut the hell up and sit down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Don't harass him. But I will say this, though, too. If he really wants to do something, the kid who got hit in the face multiple times, like a punching bag, he can secure a bag. He can most definitely secure a bag if he wants to press charges, because it doesn't look right now good on Mike Tyson's part, because he has lethal weapons that he carries around with him every damn day. Exactly. So far, Mike Tyson's very lucky that he hasn't pressed charges. But I wouldn't be surprised if this dude wakes up tomorrow still hungover and bruised.
I want to press charges.
F this. I'm pressing charges. You see what I'm saying? I'm putting cases on all y'all and JetBlue. Because where was security? Or where were the stewardesses or the flight attendants? Where were they when he was getting smashed in the face?
It's called the flight attendants was smart enough to stay out of that, because they didn't want to catch them hands neither.
Why was
I would have been like, sorry. I'm like, Mr. Tyson, are you okay? Is everything all right?
Right.
F the kid. Are you okay, sir? Let us move you to another seat.
See what I'm saying?
I'm not about to get in the middle of that. I value my life.
But Baxley, real quick, what were you saying?
Oh, my bad. I said, why is Mike Tyson flying coach?
No. I think he was in business class.
Oh, was that business class?
Yeah, because it looks like this.
I only got a brief.
Don't got that much space.
Okay,
business or first class. Whoa.
That was first class.
Was that first class?
That was first class on JetBlue.
That's a lot of leg room there.
the way that
You
seat
got
was,
you see all that leg room?
That dude had a lot of leg room, a lot of them. Like
Okay.
even Mike Tyson, like they had little cubicles almost. Like
Yes,
it was,
and on the back of the seats are little TVs,
Okay.
yeah,
almost full-on TVs covering
yeah.
the back of the seat.
He
For
was
the
still
first time.
first class
Yeah, I saw
up
this.
in the sky. Like he was still doing his thing, but still though, like
The wrong one.
he picked the wrong
Wrong
one.
one.
All right, Sandy the Sassy, thank you so much for calling in. I really do appreciate
Hang
this. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, we got Tyler Hackner in the house. What's up, Tyler Hackner?
Hey, hey.
Hey. What's on your mind, man? Speak on it.
Yeah. As Stace said, he fucked around and found out.
Yes, he did. He effed around and he found out with the quickness. Yes, Lethal Weapons.
Yes.
Real talk. Not talking about Mel Gibson. Okay. Yeah, I hope you get on by a group of N-words. No, we ain't talking about Mel Gibson.
No.
But what are your thoughts? Do you think that Mike Tyson was in the right or no?
I thought he was in the right. I mean, usually, as you saw my thoughts on the whole Will Smith thing. Like, I don't condone violence. But in this case, well, I mean, the guy already like took a photo. He should just shut the fuck up and just let him just chill and let him do his thing. Like, it's honestly, I don't see why people feel obligated to like be with celebrities and like worship people the way they do. I don't understand it. Like, I understand like liking what they do as a profession, liking their art or liking their craft or whatever, but like going so far as to say I deserve being with this person, with this famous person for a few minutes, even if they're having like a rough day or whatever. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a certain level of entitlement that a lot of people get sometimes when they think that, hey, I know you. I think it's interesting, like when you have somebody who is, let's just say, been on TV, on billboards. They've been in your life for so long that there's, for some weird reason, certain people will automatically think that they personally know you, like that they're
Right.
like your family suddenly. So then suddenly it's like, no, I want a photo with you and I deserve it because I've been supporting you for so long and all that. I've been watching you and na. And it's like, no, man. I mean, I have every right to say no. I have every right to say, leave me
I'm
the
a person.
Right. I'm a person and all of that. But Cutter, what are your thoughts on this, man?
No, I'm in agreement. I mean, I think it really just boils down to, respect. At the end of the day, it's, whether a celebrity or not, that person is still a person. People
Exactly.
can cross boundaries. If that was if it wasn't Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, it would be the same result. Somebody would still be offended. If maybe it probably would be more of an escalation or intervenes, with the plane security or whatever have you. But you know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson is a person just like the rest of us. He eats like the rest of us. He
No doubt.
sleeps. He just happens to have a little stronger punch than a few of us.
Right. It's a genetic freak of nature with them hands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he still got it. Still got it though.
Right.
He still got it. What were we gonna say, Tyler?
Yeah, it's like one of the comments was saying, like, famous people have rights too. I mean,
Exactly. And also, famous people are still what? People.
Fucking
So
people.
they're people. You know what I mean? Baxley, what are your thoughts
With
on this?
autonomy
Man?
and shit.
Yes.
With autonomy and shit. Yeah.
Yes, autonomy and
Yeah.
shit.
Say it louder.
Right.
I mean, that's definitely my stance on all of this, as far as like just the autonomy for people to have their own space, be drunk in their house, not be disturbed whenever they're flying coast to coast, and you have some room for error.
Yes.
You know, there is room for error. Like, you know, if you wind up and you punch somebody one time, you might have a small window of opportunity to be like, you know what, I'm completely in the wrong. You know, I apologize. I need to, you know, even that, you know, if Will Smith would have stayed on that stage and just still slapped him, I'd be like, damn, my bad. And it would have looked, you know, he walked away from that. You know, he just straight walked away.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson doesn't get much of a chance after reeling off on somebody to be like, sorry, man, I didn't mean to do that. But that's not my point. It's the idea that there is room for error regardless. Like, you know, I don't condone the violence. I don't think that what he did is, I do think it's an overstep. But I think that, you know, both parties probably did. So there's a, you know, it's a shame that celebrities are oddly picked on. Like they're targets.
Right.
You know, like you said earlier, like trouble used to, like trouble will find you.
Yeah.
And for most common civilian, like trouble's not going to wander into your day to day. Mike Tyson wasn't just like, you know what, you sat behind me and it's just a really bad day for me.
It was just the way that you smell. I just got a problem with the way that you smell.
You
like,
smell
no.
a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he didn't just turn around and have a bad day on him. So, you know, for whatever provocation was there, I don't know if that fits the justification to just, you know, once again, take lethal weapons out and possibly like pep somebody. Because I still want to live my entire life never being peppered by Mike Tyson. You know, I don't know if anybody else feels that way.
I don't think anyone would want that. I mean, well, to be honest, I actually think Mike was patient up to a certain point.
Sure.
Yeah, like
I think, he was because he definitely was like trying to be nice to the guy. He definitely said to him multiple times, "Hey, leave me the F alone," and the guy would not alone. So yeah, no doubt there was definitely a time there where he was just being patient and trying to be nice.
How old is Mike Tyson?
You know,
I think he's my mom's age, like 55 or 56 or something. Yeah.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah, shout out to your mom.
Yeah.
I thought he was older. I don't know why.
Well, he's still swinging like he's 30.
Sure. Like at a certain age, like you know the saying of like a old man that just doesn't care. Like I'm not saying that he's old per se, but you know,
and they got old man strength.
Yeah, well,
it's right there. Wisdom in them punches.
But let's keep it real though. He is in no way, shape, or form at the age where beyond the point where he just is a grumpy old man and doesn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like grumpy old men, you know, are wearing like the dad hats and the jogging pants and the New Balance sneakers and the sweater that they've been with. Exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not there yet. You know what I'm saying? He's still swagged out. He's just high as hell all the time.
I mean, I was gonna say like 55 isn't even old. Like,
see,
yeah,
55 ain't even old. You know what I'm saying? Because age ain't. No, we can't even sing that song. No, we can't.
Hey, don't blow my high at 55.
No, not that one.
Don't blow my high at 55.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a number, though. Okay, so real quick, I got well, first off, Tyler, thank you so much for being on. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'll be talking to you soon. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Peace. Lady Justice says here, I don't like how we seem to think just because a person is famous, that means they have more composure than the average person. They are all human. They bleed red like everybody else. And that's hard facts. You know, I feel like nowadays we're starting to realize that, like, okay, the facade of the celebrity is starting to slowly crumble. We saw something that happened with Will Smith live in front of everybody, and we're all shook, right? We're all, well, not shook, but at least surprised. You know what I'm saying? We're all just kind of like, what? He just did what?
Right.
But it's also realization that he's human. And any given bad day, any given Sunday, okay, somebody, one of our friends would have done the same damn thing. And we still would have talked to them. And like I said, if this was at the corner bar, the very next weekend, they'd be back together, Chris and Will, having shots of tequila, laughing their asses off and having a grand old time. It's just different because he is a He's a brand. And he's beyond just being human. But we have to remember that this man is bloody human, just like Mike Tyson. He is human. We can't just think that he's just an animal. We can't just think that he's just a dude with fast fists. He is still a human being, and you can catch him on a bad day. And that dude did. But I still will say this man still got it. He got some paws on him, baby. He still got it, man. I would put money on that dude with the quickness. Absolutely. Trust this man is still lethal. Okay.
Yeah, you play with tigers, man. If you ever play with tigers,
come on now.
Stay dangerous.
This dude is crazy.
Yes.
All right. Crazy talented with his fists. So he found out really fast at a very young age what he was good at, and he kept with it. And that's why he got the bags, y'all. That's why he got the bags. Okay. We got Liberty Monies in the house. Hello, Liberty.
Hello, Pascal. How are you? Hello, panel.
Hello. Say hello to Liberty, everybody.
What's up, Liberty?
Yo.
How you doing?
Yo. I'm very well. My friend.
Where are you calling in from? Where are you calling in from? Because I hear
I'm in Illinois.
Oh, you're in Illinois. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
My friend Kitty Kiss referred me to your channel.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I know.
Great voice. Another great voice. Damn. Okay. So what's on your mind? Speak on it, girl.
Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Were there any marshals on the plane?
See, that's what I'd like to know too. Where was security? Right? This thing that went down. This is insane, right? Why wasn't there anybody running up and like the guy who was sitting next to the dude getting rattled was trying to stop Mike Tyson from punching? But I don't know if maybe that was a U.S. Marshal. I don't know. It's just so strange. Where was security? Where were the flight? You feel me?
Not only that, like the guy, I think he hit Mike Tyson first, and that's what abrupted the situation.
See, that's interesting because I was looking at this thing. And so here it is, real quick. Representatives, and shout out to Lady Justice, by the way, because we got some more information here really quick. And I was looking at this during our talks here. Representatives for Tyson said in a statement that he had an incident on the flight with another passenger who began harassing him and threw a water bottle at him while he was in his seat.
That's what I thought.
He deserves all the wrath of God on those fists.
So then, if we all are aware that this guy did put his hands on Mike first, why did he privately go to the police online? That's what I'm trying to figure out now. Why not call the police right then and there at the airport? Because you were trying to be a snake. You deliberately, as an adult, let me tell you something. This world that we live in is getting crazy, crazy, crazy to where anybody thinks that it's okay to violate somebody's personal space. You do not come within my 6 feet range. We're in COVID. Number one, you should be having a charge filed against you for being that close to me on the flight where we already have to be that close to one another. Let's get it clear there. But when you step into my personal space within arm's range, and I am still being cordial with you as a stranger, because mind you, I don't know you from a can of paint. You know that I am a celebrity. You could be trying to assassinate me. I don't know this, right? So here you are trying to aggravate me, overwhelming me, just being extremely annoying to the point to where I have to offer you shrooms because I think you're having a psychedelic breakdown. Come on now. How could you not? That is a grown man. And I don't care what anybody says about Mike Tyson. What I saw was a man who felt like he had the right and the power to annoy and overwhelm anyone that he wanted to. He felt like he had the right to approach Mike. He felt like he had the right to do everything that he did. And all I saw was somebody that was a criminal approaching somebody famous. What I saw was a criminal. You are a criminal. This has nothing to do with culture or race. What I saw was a thug approaching a man. That's what I saw in my eyes. I saw a thug approaching a man.
He was an idiot
on the plane.
I look at it like a child. Like this was just a kid that had no restraint, no
that
control.
Was an adult. That was an adult. That was an adult.
Oh, I know that was an adult. I'm saying this is an adult acting like a child. You see what I'm saying?
And that's not acceptable, because had it been any other culture, it would have been a problem on that plane, and everyone probably would have been dismissed that was involved. So I did not like seeing that on national TV, because I had to rewatch it again before I actually came into your live and spoke on it. So I actually did a playback to make sure from the news that I saw everything correctly, because as far as I'm concerned, that was a thug that approached Mike Tyson. And to think for any second that you have a right to file a police report, you better thank God that Mike didn't file a police report on you. You better thank God that that was all he did. Because anybody else, if you walk up to me, you're a stranger, and you violate my private personal space, I'm going to do a lot more than Mike probably did to you, because I think you're trying to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you. And I'm asking you nicely and calmly, as much as I can, to remove yourself from my personal space. I'm a celebrity. I'm doing all I can. And everybody sat there in silence instead of grabbing that man before that situation escalated, because everybody knew that Mike was a celebrity. This is the problem that I have. I don't know if it was culture based or anything, but it's too many times where we see these type of incidents with these type of men. And I'm tired of it. I'm overwhelmed and I'm sick of it. Here on national TV, the world got to witness that. That was not somebody who was acting out. You want to call him crazy Mike? No. Mike wasn't the one being the thug. I saw another thug walk up to a man sitting in his seat, approaching him after being told to respect my space. You're a thug. You're a hoodlum. And you're on this flight. I guess they were in first class or whatever. This is why I asked where the marshals were, because you're in first class. What am I paying you for? What am I paying for these seats for if there's no protection here?
No doubt. And that's the thing that I feel like Mike Tyson and his people should be asking about with JetBlue as well. Where the hell was security? Security
I would
does
get
exist.
a lawsuit if I was Mike. I would definitely sue JetBlue for that. And I would definitely go after that man, because you know what? The world can witness from Mike Tyson that he was harassed, and he was definitely, the situation was taken advantage of. Even to the point to where your friend disrespectfully recorded you guys harassing me. Do you understand that? That's illegal. You're literally filming me, an innocent person. How dare you? You're weird. You're gross. You're strange.
No kidding. Also, you're drunk as hell. Go away. But real quick, let me throw it around the room. Man, Baxley, what are your thoughts on what she just said?
No thoughts. I mean, she took
dropped the mic, right?
Yeah, she dropped the mic on him. So I mean, all respect to you, Liberty, for sure. I definitely I see where you're coming from. I appreciate the energy for that too. I mean, because on some real shit, sorry.
You're good. Shit.
No, you're good. You're good.
Nah,
we're being transparent. Speak your truth.
Yeah, you know, it's the dichotomy of even like, you know, let's say the Will Smith and the Mike Tyson, like polarity, you know, where I'm not gonna say that Will Smith is being a thug towards Chris, but you know, like, you know, he assailed that man's character. That's one infraction. And on the same regard, you know, this drunk individual assailed Mike Tyson's character and received a completely different sort of like outcome. And both of these sorts of things happen to black men, and they happen on a public spectacle, you know. And I think
grander scale,
you know, yeah. And what Liberty's talking about, at least how I'm receiving it as a male, you know, is that there is a level of protection in what she's saying and empathy that I really appreciate about the fact that, you know, bump the noise of whatever that other guy was on. Like, you know, this guy really did invade some space. And as she stated, you know, even though it's still Mike Tyson, even though you for some reason went to the zoo and jumped in the lion's, you know, cage with the lion for some reason, you know, you still invaded that space. And yeah, no, more power to you, Liberty, for speaking your piece and just making that like something that you actually went back and looked at and
thought about it,
and it was meticulous. So,
yeah, and it's deeper than it's deeper than what meets the eye. Real talk. Sure. Cutter, real quick, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that almost, it doesn't really change the context that the man hit, you know, Mike Tyson or assaulted him first, because that technically is assault, you know, when you look at it. But I think that definitely absolves Mike Tyson of anything legally, you know, that would be causing dudes to press charges. Like if you initiated that, then, you know, he was in every right to defend himself.
Don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Facts.
Right.
People forget that Mike Tyson is older now, and that monster that they're trying to say that he is an old man now. You understand? So in his mind, and from all those hits to his head as a boxer will have, you got to understand one thing: he's timid. Mike will never tell you that he's scared, but to step out in that real world without security like that, that man was probably terrified. And to be in that position, and I'm just speaking, if I was in that position and I'm watching myself being recorded, I don't know what to do at this point. And everybody's watching this happen to me. I can understand. I'm surprised he didn't break down in tears, guys. That hurt me. Like, to watch that and just to see that these grown men and these grown people, and to see like it's barely anybody that look like you, and this is happening. This is freaking happening. And I didn't want to say that at all, because I love everybody. But the reality is the roots of it all. And I think it had something to do with maybe the Joe Rogan interview when he came out about, that conversation about the movie with Ice-T. I think, in my opinion, it seemed like a setup. Everybody's not snowed by society and what's in the real world and what certain people of certain classifications go through. In my opinion, I think this was a way of silencing him and making him trying to look crazy. Let's be clear. You just spoke on something and attacked the rich community. When you attack the rich community, they're going to show you. And I think that's what happened, because it happened too fast, in my opinion. Like, I'm watching this. Why of all people would that happen to Mike Tyson on the plane? How many people would have had the courage, literally, to even do that to him? I think it was merely because of the interview, and I think that that people wanted to silence him. And what better way to silence somebody than mess with their credibility? All right, since you're talking crazy, we're gonna make you look crazy, and you got to think about it. It's all the trick of the devil. But thank you, gents. You guys are great, and I love the show.
Thank you so much, Liberty. I appreciate you, girl. Talk to you soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, we got one last call. We got Michelle back. Hello, Michelle.
Oh, yeah. How are you?
I am good. I am very good. Say hello to say hello to Michelle. Say hi, Michelle, everybody.
What's up, Michelle? Hi, Michelle.
Hey, good.
Hey, so what is on your mind? Speak on it, girl.
I told you that was not a kid.
Okay, so she was right. Okay, Michelle. Okay, so here really quick. So a couple days ago, she was on she came onto the show. I was talking about this whole Orsolya Gaal situation, where the guy with the murder case, right? Yes. And I was sitting there like passionately saying that it was the kid for the longest time. Okay, so she's calling to rub it in my face, basically saying that my ass is wrong. Michelle. Now she, but
yeah, but you know what?
What?
I think a lot more to that than we know.
Wait, say that one more time.
I think a lot more to that.
Oh, so you think a lot? You think a lot will come out?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that that case is not fully done yet. I think that there's a that's gonna come out with that for sure. I think that maybe there's some more salacious stuff going on other than just.
I can't believe he forgot to take his boot.
No kidding, right? Oh, I that too. It's like, what? Who does that, right, Michelle? So he left his boots. Oh. The dude, I forgot to say that piece. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. He forgot his boots. Wow. He straight up forgot his boots. He left them behind. He stabbed her millions of times, stuffed her in a duffel bag, and then walked out without any shoes on. Left his boots behind. That is just insane. But Michelle, you are absolutely right. Can you believe that he left his boots? That's insane, yo. That's absolutely insane, Michelle.
Yeah, I think it was something about the boots.
You think it? So you think it all resides around the boots?
Yeah.
That's how they got him.
Yeah.
I think so too. You know, why would you leave that piece of evidence behind when you know that those boots? You know what I'm saying?
Why would you make that phone call? Why would you call her husband and tell
Call the husband.
Why would you text the husband? That's, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely bonkers, yo. Absolutely bonkers. But Michelle, appreciate you calling in, girl. You know you're always welcome to call in on this show. We love you. I appreciate you calling in, all right?
All right, you have good night.
You too, sweetheart.
Right.
You too, sweetheart. We love you, girl. Mwah. Talk to you soon. So absolutely insane. And I appreciate Michelle calling in and talking about that case. That is a wild ass case, y'all. Absolutely. So shout out to Michelle. Thank you so much for hopping on and chopping it up with us. And you ain't wrong. What the hell? How would you leave your boots behind that are covered in blood? Evidence, pure evidence of you doing some bad things. Okay. And then why would you text the man? Why would you text the husband?
He wanted to get caught.
I'm just saying.
He even admitted to it like pretty quick. I don't know.
He was quick.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, y'all, I did that."
Yeah, he's like, I did it, and you know, we made sweet love all the time, and you know what I mean. Like, I'm sorry. The guy looks like an old '80s band,
Yeah, he does.
hair band thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. I digress, okay? But that is the show, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being on, okay? And shout out to my people, Cutter and Baxley, for being in the house. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, Baxley, tell them where they can find you and all that stuff so they can check out your music, check out your work, and whatnot.
Right on, man. Yeah, no, just catch me on IG, Instagram at BAXLIII. That's 3 I's. Just find me there. Love to correspond with you guys. Pascal, thank you for having me. It's been a true pleasure and an honor, man. Right
hey, anytime, bro. Anytime. You're always welcome here, man. Thank you. Cutter, not so much. But real quick, Cutter, let everybody know where they can find you. Check out your amazing music and your talent. Real talk.
Most def. Streaming wise, you can check me out. That's K Cutter Music, 3 letters. 3 words. So K Cutter, Kudda Music with the Z. I'm on Instagram with the same thing. I'm actually dropping a beat tape tomorrow, quiet as kept. So I forgot to mention that. And shout out Kinfolk, the collective.
Yes, Kinfolk, the collective. You got to check them out. Talented group as well. All right. So guys, go and tastefully cyberstalk these guys. You know what I'm saying? Go and enjoy their music. Go and enjoy their work. These guys are all very, very talented individuals. Real talk. Okay. But yeah, you already know about me. Please, do not forget to hit that like button down below. Do me that favor as well to hit that subscribe button. Yes. That would be really, really appreciated. We're almost at 60,000 subscribers, y'all. We're this close. Go. It's crazy, right? Let's go. Let's go all day long. We're working hard out here in these streets. Okay. Man, so please hit that subscribe button, all right? It is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. You guys have been an amazing family to chop it up and talk to you guys about all the stuff that's going on. I will most likely be on tomorrow in the morning's time, so please be sure to tune in. I might be going on Benjamin Dixon's show tomorrow morning, so be on the lookout for that as well, around the 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, so be sure to tune into that. And if there's anything else going on, like if there's any craziness going on, you're going to get it right here on The Pascal Show. So it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Thursday night, y'all. It's Thursday. Thank you, Jesus. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.